Hi, welcome back to the channel. Wait, let me be sure my mic is working. There was a video I made a couple of days ago, and I thought it was freaking recorded. My mic was not working, and I can't use that clip because I know you guys will literally not be able to hear me. But that's by the way. So, on today's episode, we're going to be talking about how working in the emergency department has changed me as a person. Honestly, it has in so many ways. So, if you're new here, hi, you know I've been working in the emergency department for quite some time now. A little more than, not a little, yeah, it's been more than a month. I've been working in the emergency department, and boy, have I had the experience of my freaking life. Boy, yeah. So if you watch my other videos, you know, yeah, I've always had a thing for working in the emergency department, but I didn't quite know where I would start off the career. I didn't quite know how it would begin. If you get what I mean, I just knew I had a thing for emergency departments, but then I don't know. After doing housemanship and all of that, fortunate I don't want to say fortunately, but yeah, you don't quite do a rotation in emergency medicine when you're doing your housemanship, which I feel like should be a thing now, if you get what I mean, because you're rotating through surgery, medicine, what again, obstetrics and gynecology and pediatrics. I know, yeah, you do a rotation in children emergency. You also do a rotation, yeah, you also do calls in these different departments, but I feel like it's not quite synonymous to working in the emergency department. Do you get like doing a rotation? I don't know, maybe because it's not a major department or whatnot. But if you have house officers in different units, in different groups, in different departments of the hospital, why not also the emergency department? I don't know. This is just my opinion. Yeah, I want to know if you agree in the comment section, especially for those who would love to do emergency medicine. And I've always said that emergency medicine is kind of getting a hang in this country. Yeah, before we didn't have a place to do emergency physician training and all of that, but I think now we're having those kind of centers, even if it's still in one or two places like Abuja and all. But here it will come down to to other places as well. I think we have one now in Enugu. I can't be so sure, but yeah, that's all right. So, working in the emergency department is has been one of the most interesting parts of my life as a medical doctor, in all honesty. But I don't yet know if this is going to be my I don't want to say chill specialty, but like if this is going to be the specialty I decide to go into fully. I think that's a better way of phrasing it here. So, but it has changed me working there, working with these patients, working with these nurses I get to work with. PS, I work with one of the best set of nurses ever. I don't know where they train these nurses, but they are one of the best set of people ever. They are hardworking, diligent, ready to work, like, and they have very good character, attitude, if you get what I mean. I don't know, but yeah, they have just very beautiful set of people I get to work with. So here we're going to talk about how working in emergency medicine has changed me. Yeah, then maybe if you want to stick to the end there, maybe we'll now talk about what I got around doing last week, because I feel last week was a very fun week, yeah. So yeah, let's talk about how emergency medicine has literally changed me as a person. Number one, it has taught me that there is more to my ability than I was actually letting on. In all honesty, it has taught me that yeah, okay, if I could work for 4 hours at a stretch, I can do more. Now, this is not to tell, or this is not to tell you that you need to overstretch yourself or what or whatnot. I'm just saying, yeah, that is trying. It's literally helping me to build capacity. So back then during housemanship, yeah, you probably did calls and all of that. Yeah, I get it, but then it's not the same as being the person that is solely in charge of whatever decision you need to make for a particular patient. From when the patient comes in till when he leaves your ward, you're in charge of whatever happens to that freaking patient. Do you get me? So I feel it's somewhat different. Yeah. So sometimes maybe you're on call for that particular day, you wouldn't be on call the following day, and then you get to get your patients, and yeah, before whoever it is that is going to continue the management of that patient, the patient is sent to their ward or whatever. Yeah, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, that you later um carry each patient or give each patient to the different specialties that is available at the facility, if you get what I mean. But in the emergency department, the patient is freaking under your care. But the good part about where I work in is that okay, you have access to the specialists. So if you see based on your assessment that there is anyone that would require a specialist in intervention, you can definitely get to call the specialist. So I feel this is where it is so beautiful, because to you don't have to take care of patients on your own. Wherever it is you feel you need a specialist to see or review a patient with you, you get to do that. And this to me is another factor. So the first one is I get to build more capacity for myself. Aside working more hours, I get to take on a whole lot more responsibility. Now, the other part, which I feel may not be so much readily available in different facilities, yeah, this facility affords me the opportunity to work directly with specialists. Exactly. So I get to work with the consultants in order to carry out plans for the patient. So if there's any patients that may be coming to the emergency department after stabilization, triaging, and all of that, you get to call the consultants and review these patients with them. And I feel this is another point of learning. Now, which brings me to another of my points. So this brings me to another conversation that has been going on for quite some time on Twitter. Medical officers versus residents. A lot of people assume that some medical officers are now in quote quacks since they are not giving themselves to training and all of that. But as a medical officer, if you're in the position of working with specialists and all of that, I feel you get to learn a little more. Do you get? And then plus you're reading your experiences and all of that. Well, that's by the way, but yeah, you get my point. So yes, even if you're a medical officer and you feel like yeah, you're not getting as much training as possible and all of that, maybe you may want to get into a position where you get to work with a specialist, if you get what I mean. Because a whole lot of other medical officers that work in these tertiary facilities is literally still the same thing. Yes. But that's conversation for another day. So yes, getting to work with these specialists, getting to review patients with them and all whatnot. I also have the opportunities to even do the surgeries with them if it gets to that point. But then I can't leave my posts here as an emergency physician to go to the theater. Who would be there in the emergency department? So yeah, if you get what I mean, affords me some opportunity to learn, some opportunity to grow as well. And for this I'm so grateful, so grateful for. Now, the third aspect of my life, literally, that I feel being an emergency physician has helped me. Now, this is not to, all these things literally I'm saying is not to try to sway you into becoming an emergency physician, but I want to look back at this video later on and think of or and try to remember why I stayed in emergency medicine long enough. Why I stayed for as long as I did, or why I enjoyed it, or why I even started it in the first place, honestly. And well, that's just me trying to look for the good things or the happy things in literally everything. Do you get? And the other good part I feel emergency medicine has helped me personally is that I say internal, please, oh, emergency medicine or the emergency department generally is so intriguing. Do you get? Like, it's so intriguing in that you get to be at your workplace and you get to see freaking very different cases. Now, this is not a point of why you even happy that patients are sick and all of that, but oh more, please come on, you can't help it. Like you get to see a lot of really intriguing cases. You don't know what to expect. If you get what I mean, you're just there, and people are literally coming in, and then it's like a should I say it's like a I don't want to say it's like a game, but it's like a game, freaking hell. It's like a game. You're there, and then people are coming to meet you to, to solve their problems, to make them feel better and all whatnot. And you get to see different patients, different presentation. Some are wailing, some are shouting, some are just calm. And trust me, it's those calm ones that are really, really very terrible. But that's talk for another day. And it's crazy to even think about. It's very intriguing. I don't know. I feel like this has added some sort of my life is already very excited thanks to medicine. But now I feel like this has made it a little more exciting, if you get what I mean. Yeah, it's a little more exciting. And then the ones you can be able to handle, when to call for help and all of that. So yeah, you get to see these cases, and you get to take care of them, and you get to calm them and all of that. And the another really beautiful thing is that sometimes you get a particular patient with a particular presentation, and right before your eyes he develops something else. This was the case yesterday. A particular, like, I was like, how can this go any more quickly? Like, I literally just came to work. PS, by the way, yesterday was chaotic. Yesterday was something else. Like, from the minute I stepped into the emergency department, it was from one patient to the other, one patient to the other. So we had this patient and came with a particular presentation, and before you know it, came something else developed, and you now had to now ask yourself. So this patient that has been apparently he had been managed for the same kind of issues in the past. This patient that had been managed for this particular thing and now is having this particular presentation. You need to now reassess the diagnosis. I don't know. Well, I don't know how else to say this, but if you're a medical doctor, you should know that some cases, some presentations, and all of that can be really very intriguing. And I feel this for me is another factor. I come to work and I'm all smiley, I'm all happy, and all. I know I'm going to be really overworked and all of that, but then there's just this thing that keeps me going. I get to see patients in their very lowly selves and all of that, and I get to help them be better than they presented. And and working in the emergency department has changed my freaking life in the sense that it has given me way more confidence than I started out working and I started out working post house job. Yes, in summary, honestly, because when you're still a house officer, you're working under your regis, working under your consultants, so you are answerable literally to them. And sometimes, I wouldn't say all the time, you get to you're literally carrying out their plans, you're carrying out whatever it is they've written and all of that. And where you have questions, you ask questions and all of that. Yeah, but this particular case is very different. You're like a doctor, or you're on your own. On your freaking own. So you get to make decisions, you get to, yeah, know how to manage a particular patient, you get to request for investigations and all of that. So it's a whole lot of responsibility. And I feel like with more responsibility, you need to have enough confidence to be able to even show that those responsibilities, in all honesty. And I feel it builds your capacity, both knowledge wise, both, yeah, experience wise. And I know that these things are going to pay off in the long run. Honestly, I freaking know no experience is a waste. This is what I learned in housemanship, and I just wanted to gather as much experience as I possibly could. English language is not hard. As much experience as I possibly could while I was doing house jobs. So imagine now working, I wouldn't say on your own. Imagine now working as a medical officer and gathering even more experience. I don't know. It's just will I say I'm blessed at this point, but yes, thank God for the opportunity here to get to have all of this. So yes, basically, in the words of love of my life, it's literally a freaking honor. Yeah, to be at the forefront. He called it forefront. So yeah, it's basically an honor to be at the forefront of people's life. Is that a good way to put it? To be at the forefront in medicine. Let me put it that way. Yeah, it's basically an honor. And I wish, most times I see consultants, I see my chiefs and all of that. I wish I can just be as good as they freaking are. I wish I can just be as good. That is just my sole desire. Do you get? It can be challenging sometimes when you, after seeing cases and all of that, you want to now read about it and stuff like that, but you don't have enough time and stuff. God helping us, we'll be able to have time, find time to read more than we do. So yeah, it's I want to be really good. I feel this is what I want for myself, to be really good, to be a professional in my specialty. I'm a professional medical doctor, but you get to be an expert, better word, to be an expert in whatever field I finally decide to choose to be. Yeah, in this place, and there is so much opportunity for you to be better. I get to read about a lot of people I follow online. In my last video, I said I follow a lot of insanely talented and brilliant female medical doctors on Instagram, and God, I'm amazed at their life. I get to see these people and they get to be an inspiration to me. So I really just wish I can get to be as good as, and they are experts. They've attained the highest level in their different professions. That can just give you so much confidence, I feel. Yeah, and yeah, having to learn every day and all of that. Now I'm being so philosophical. So I feel these are the aspects, or these are the ways medicine, emergency medicine, has changed my life for the better. And I get to discover more of this as I work. And very, very more importantly, you know what I say about one of the best parts of working anywhere? I feel I always maintain, actually, before we get to how I feel, that our biggest baggage, like our greatest baggage, our greatest responsibility in life, is the responsibility of relationships. I don't mean maybe your husband, your wife, or I don't mean all of that. I mean like relationships, meaningful relationships with people, your workers. And it's these relationships that get to make your whole experience 10 times better than they are. In all honesty, it is this. I want to make sure my mic is working. It is this relationship, or these relationships, that get to make your life, make your work so much better. Now I really understand why I was so happy yesterday. Was it yesterday or this morning? Like the people I got to work my night shift with were just incredible set of people, yeah. Ready to work, they knew what they were doing, and they did it right on time and all of that. And it was just so beautiful. Do you get so beautiful? Another thing too that working in emergency department has also taught me is how to work better with a team. Honestly, how to work a team where everybody knows what they are doing, everybody knows what their job description is and all of that, and how to feel in for the other person when the person is not, like as I am now, a medical doctor, and I know that there are some things these nurses were supposed to do, or maybe just because they are so occupied and all, I get to feel in for them and all of that. Like these little things is what makes the team work. Like I can't even overemphasize it. These little things are really what make the team work. And it's so beautiful to see. You get to see an emergency and everybody knows what they're supposed to do, everybody knows where they are at. You are telling them exactly what you're supposed to do and everything. And yeah, before you know it, the patient is all stable, the patient is calm and all, and then you get to now start knowing, start deciphering, start diagnosing the patient and all. It's just so beautiful, in all honesty. It's so beautiful. So yes, like I say all the time, our relationships are our biggest baggage. Like I've always said this for the longest time. They are our biggest baggage because they make our life even more meaningful. They are the bedrock upon which our lives are made. Think about it. Don't you have a relationship with your employer, your relationship with your family, your relationship with your brother, with your wife, with your husband? These are the things. This relationship is the bedrock upon which every other thing forms. So I feel like if we get to build more meaningful relationship, get to relate with other people way more better, yeah, our work is not going to be as cumbersome and as boring as anything. So I think that's that. I think that's that. If I remember any other one, I might just throw it in there. But I feel these are the ways um emergency department has helped my life or has bettered my life literally. So yes, last week was very, very interesting. If you know why last week was interesting, leave it in the comment section. Well, I don't think you might be able to guess, but the Odyssey started showing on in the cinemas last week, and them, boy oh boy, am I a lover of the cinema. It was crazy. I had to find time to go watch this movie. And you know the terrible part is that where I am, there are no IMAX studios. Like you know the way Christopher Nolan intended this movie to be watched. You need to watch it like that to have the maximum experience. I've been waiting for this movie for the longest time, and the terrible part is that the cinema where we went to watch it, it was just, I don't know, the sound was a little bit off. You could hear a little, I don't know, it wasn't so nice, but then the experience was good. It was beautiful in all. But then there were just these perks and all. I've been to proper cinemas. I've been to really good cinemas that make the experience worthwhile. But this one was just a little let down. So please, this place should do better. I don't have to be traveling very far to go watch movies. Why? For movies that you still get to make more money from, please make this cinemas really good. That's by the way. So last week, yeah, we went to watch the Odyssey, and it was a very beautiful movie. Yeah, and I know there are lots of critics. I got to speak or chat with a lot of my friends that were asking me, "Is it really good?" The critics are saying it's terrible. Blah blah blah. Now let me paint you this picture. If you're thinking or contemplating about not going to watch the Odyssey at the cinemas, I know that we all have this picture or we have this memory of the last Odyssey movie we watched when we were much smaller. Yes, I also have that memory. Like it was so good. Do you get the whole story and everything? And when he finally revealed himself and everything, it was really beautiful. And now watching it back here, I feel it was a little too dramatic, but it's fine. Yeah, it served its purpose and all of that. If you're going to watch Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, yeah, I want you to go with a very open mind. Don't go as someone who has, sure, you can go as someone who has a memory of it. Well, that is how I went, you get, and I was just itching and itching to get to that really sweet spot and everything. But then the remainder of the movie is as beautiful as it has always literally been. I know he interpreted it the way he wanted to interpret it. That is his interpretation. That's why it's called Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Do you get? I feel like this should be the main part of this video, given the kind of vigor and all I'm using to talk about the Odyssey. But yeah, this is my point. My point is that he tried to make it a little more, should I say, more modern? Yes, I think that's a choice of it, but that's a better word. More modern, more relatable. Do you get? You don't get to see now spoilers or no spoilers. no, it's spoilers. So just go watch it. What I'm just trying to say is that go watch it with an open mind. Go watch Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Sorry, I'm not feeling well. I've been having Qatar and all of that for the longest, not the longest time, but like a week or so. So sorry, my voice is a bit. So yeah, go watch The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey with a very open mind. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. I'm sure I want you to go watch it before you now start listening to what the critics have to say. I read a lot of people's notes and critics and everything about The Odyssey, but I wanted to see for myself. Let me freaking go see for myself and see if it was an actual flop, as some were saying. Some people praised it, and I saw some really beautiful. If you know Edward, who I'm talking about, he really did pull off that whole Oscar worthy performance everybody was talking about. And yeah, it was just a brilliant movie. I had a beautiful time. And to crown it all up about what happened last week, yeah, we went for a stroll. We discovered a different aspect of this place where we are staying, and I'm so happy about it. Like, just a very beautiful garden and all, and yeah, a very beautiful place. And I don't know, I think these were the highlights of last week. In fact, the Odyssey on its own was the highlight of last week, and I'm so freaking glad I went to see it. And if you know what is happening, is it next week? Yeah, by the time this video airs, it should be next week. If you know what is happening next week, leave it in the comment section. That is as far as I'm going to say. I know if your spidey senses are tingling right now, you should have already figured it out. I don't know. Sorry, I won't say I'm a movie freak, but I just like really good movies. Yeah, I feel I like really good movies. I like Marvel, and sorry, it's not the place for that. We're going to just leave it at that. So yeah, just go enjoy these movies and have a wonderful time. And who goes to the cinema alone? It's something I don't advise. It's good, yeah. You go undisturbed, watch a movie, you come back, but it's good to go with someone, to have the experience with someone. Please just think about it. Think about it. So yeah, I have to go to work tomorrow too. I have to prepare and all of that. This week is going to be, it's going to be good actually, but it's going to be crazy too. So let's prepare mentally, physically, and otherwise for it. We got some new subscribers on the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you here. Yeah. If you're yet to subscribe and you've watched this video to this point, what else are you waiting for? What else are you freaking waiting for? Subscribe and welcome to the family, yeah. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next freaking one. And think in all your thinking, think about doing emergency meds. Yeah, catch you guys later. Peace.